You have been chosen, but the truth is, you are completely lost. What you feel right now is no accident. It is a test of what is to come, a preparation for the great revelation that awaits you. I know you've been searching for answers, but they are much closer than you think. The shadows surrounding you are not just obstacles. They are signs that the light is about to manifest. But for the light to show itself, you must walk beyond the darkness, without fear, without hesitation. The choice before you is not an easy one. You are being invited to step out of your comfort zone, to leave behind everything you know, in order to discover something greater. You feel the weight of doubt and fear, but know that it is at this exact moment that your life is about to change forever. The answer you seek is not far, but it lies in a place you avoid looking. Prepare yourself, for the truth that will be revealed will challenge everything you thought you knew about your purpose. But before moving forward, ask yourself, are you really ready for this revelation? You feel lost, but what you may not know is that this feeling of confusion is exactly what God used to get your attention. What you are experiencing now is not an accident, not just a moment of pain or despair. It is the beginning of a deep spiritual journey, one that you were chosen to walk. Your call is within you, even though your doubts may try to hide it. It is there, in the small details of your life, waiting to be recognized. I know that many times you feel as though you are navigating through murky waters, not knowing where you are going. But the fact that you are questioning, the fact that you are seeking answers, is proof that you have been chosen. What you feel is not a mistake. What you are living through is not a stumble. It is the divine movement, guiding your steps, even when you cannot see the path ahead. Now more than ever, you need to stop fighting the process and accept that the answer is already within you. This feeling of being lost, not knowing where to look, is only the reflection of something greater that is preparing to reveal itself. When you stop seeking external answers and start looking within, you will be surprised by the clarity that will unfold before you. God has chosen you, and He has already begun working in your heart. Every moment of confusion is an opportunity for you to better hear the divine voice that is already calling you to the great mission He has prepared for you. Believe me, the path you are on is the right one, even if the direction is not clear right now. You have been chosen to do great things, to be part of something much larger than you can imagine. But this journey requires you to trust the process, even without seeing the whole picture. God is working behind the scenes, shaping your spirit, preparing you for what is to come. What you are living now is not in vain. It is exactly what you need to get to where He wants to take you. What you need to understand is that your call is not a matter of when you will see it, but of when you are ready to accept it. Are you ready? Perhaps the answer is not in words, but in the action you will take from now on. The next step is right in front of you, but can you see it? There is something deep waiting to be discovered, and to understand it, you need to take a leap of faith. Now that you understand the call is already within you, it is important to realize that the confusion and despair you feel are not signs of failure, but of a spiritual process that is in full motion. God did not choose you for a life without challenges, but for continuous growth, which only happens when you allow yourself to live the transformation. Every step you take, even if it seems erratic or disoriented, is a necessary step for your spiritual maturity. What you call confusion is, in fact, divine preparation. Sometimes things need to seem out of control for you to see what is being shaped within you. Don't be mistaken. The feeling of being lost, not knowing what to do, is precisely the ground where God is planting the truth that you will need. The process of spiritual purification requires that you disconnect from everything you know, so that in the end you are closer to who you truly are. Every discomfort, every moment of uncertainty is an opportunity for you to surrender control to God and trust that He is working in your life. The confusion you feel now is the key to the clarity that will come. You are being shaped, and this requires patience. God is calling you to a deep path where you will learn to trust not just in what you see, but in what you feel in your spirit. The doubt that haunts you is preparing you for something grand. This feeling of being in turmoil is often the hardest part of the journey. However, it is in this moment of apparent chaos that you begin to align with the divine plan. Believe me, what you are living right now has a much greater purpose than you can understand. The discomfort you feel is not a sign of failure, but of you being in the process of discovering the strength and faith needed to move forward. There is no growth without resistance, and you are exactly where you need to be. Now you need to accept that the path will not always be clear, but that the process is essential for your transformation. Chaos is the prelude to order. And while you try to understand, God is already aligning all things for you. What will you do with this? Will you embrace the chaos, or will you continue resisting? The answer to your journey is revealing itself, but to see it, you need to be ready for what comes next. Now that you understand the role of confusion in your spiritual process, it is time to face the fear that is often guiding you without you even realizing it. Fear is a powerful force, but it is not your enemy. It is here to teach you something deep about what you need to overcome in order to fulfill your call. Perhaps you have ignored the signs fear is sending you, but it is, in fact, a signal that you are facing something grand, something that requires courage to conquer. Fear often tries to paralyze you, but it also has the ability to awaken forces within you that you didn't even know you had. Every time you feel fear, you are being called to look within and discover what still needs to be healed or freed. The real question is not why you feel fear, but what you will do with it. Fear can be the key that leads you to freedom, but for that you need to understand it and not run from it. I know that fear can seem overwhelming, and often it tries to make you believe you are not up to the task. But know this, the fact that you feel fear means you're about to face something that will challenge your limits. God didn't bring you this far for you to be defeated by fear. On the contrary, He brought you here so that by facing it, you will discover a greater strength, a divine courage that resides within you and that until now you didn't know you possessed. Instead of trying to shy away from fear, ask yourself, what is it trying to teach you? What is it revealing about your journey? Fear is a disguised teacher, and you are being called to learn from it, not to hide. Every fear you face, every insecurity that arises is an opportunity for you to grow and draw closer to God. He allows you to go through these moments so that, in the end, you become stronger, more prepared for the great purpose He has for you. Now you need to decide, will you continue allowing fear to control you, or will you use it as a tool for your spiritual growth? Fear may be what is blocking your vision, or it may be what will open your eyes to the truth you have not yet seen. The next part of your journey is about to reveal itself, but to see it, you need to take the next step with courage. Now that you've recognized the role of fear in your journey, it is time to ask an even deeper question. Where is your true essence? What are you truly seeking? Often, you lose yourself in the search for external answers, but the true answer has always been inside you. Your essence, what God planted in you, is the key to your call. Everything you need to move forward has already been seeded in your heart, but you need to stop and listen to what your soul is trying to tell you. You live in search of a purpose, but the true mission is not something you need to find. It already exists within you, waiting to be recognized. What you need to do now is silence the distractions and look inward. What have you been ignoring in your life? What are the deepest feelings and desires you've kept hidden, but never had the courage to face? The answer is not outside of you. It is in the silence of your own soul. God created you with a clear purpose, and He has not abandoned you in the confusion you feel right now. The truth is, While you search for what is outside, God is calling you to look at what is already within. You were made in His image, and His essence dwells in you. It is no longer a matter of seeking external answers, but reconnecting with the divine force that has always been in you. This is the path that will lead you to true peace and clarity. Are you willing to stop searching and start listening? Now you need to understand that the true journey begins when you reconnect with your essence. Instead of searching, you must start remembering. What do you feel when you are in silence, when you allow yourself to be who you truly are? Sometimes, what we need the most is to stop asking, "What should I do?" and start asking, "Who am I really?" The true answer is deep inside your being, waiting to be discovered. Are you ready to take that step of self-awareness? True essence is not just about what you do, but about who you are. And this discovery will lead you to the next phase of your journey. But to get there, you will need to let go of everything you thought you knew. The journey is not external, it is internal. And the next step will be revealed when you finally look inside yourself. Have you noticed that spiritual life is not a straight line? It is full of curves, turns, and unexpected moments. Everything you experience, no matter how chaotic it may seem, has a divine purpose. Every curve on your path was designed to bring you closer to who you truly are and to the plan that God has for you. Don't be mistaken, the difficulties are not obstacles. They are transformation tools, preparing you for something grand. What you think is a detour may, in fact, be the shortest road to your destiny. When you feel lost, looking back, realize that it was each one of those detours that brought you to where you are. You are not where you are by accident. Believe me, every choice you made, every mistake, every success, everything is part of a grand divine design. Even if you don't understand the why behind all the highs and lows, know that you are being guided in a way that goes far beyond what your mind can comprehend. The journey you're on is not about having all the answers right now, but about trusting the process and what is yet to come. These curves, these changes in direction, are often seen as mistakes. But what you don't realize is that they are essential to your spiritual growth. You were not called to follow a simple, straight path. You were called to go through this transformation process, where difficulties make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the purpose that God has for you. The winding road prepares you to be the person capable of living the divine calling that has already been placed on your life. Now, ask yourself, what is around the curve in your path? What haven't you been able to see yet, but what is about to be revealed? What you see as an obstacle may be the key that will open doors to a glorious future. God didn't leave you at the curve to lose you, but to teach you to trust in Him, even when the road seems unclear. The answers are not at the end of the road. They are being revealed in every step you take. Do you feel like something is about to change, but you can't quite see what it is? Do not be afraid of the curves in your life, for they are leading you directly to what you were called to live. What you don't know, but are about to discover, is that the best part of your journey is yet to come. Prepare yourself, because the next phase of your walk will lead you to a great revelation. Have you ever wondered why conflicts arise so intensely in your life? The truth is, they are not just obstacles, but signs of something deep happening inside. Every battle, every challenge is shaping you for the purpose God prepared. No matter how difficult the struggle is, it is forging you, preparing you for something much bigger than you can see right now. What you see as a burden is, in fact, a process of purification and revelation. Conflicts don't arise by chance. They are the ground where your purpose begins to take shape. You may think you are being destroyed, but in reality, you are being restored. What you think is an end is, in fact, the beginning of a transformation. Every tear, every wound is bringing you closer to understanding the great divine plan for your life. God never allowed you to go through these experiences without a reason, And it is in this space of pain that your true calling begins to be revealed. The hardest part is accepting that suffering is part of the growth process. When you look at conflicts, you see them as punishments, but God uses them as tools for growth. What you fear may be the key to your liberation. Don't be mistaken. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. It is through these moments that you grow closer to who you truly are. There is no growth without resistance, and you are stronger than you think. The divine purpose is not a straight line, and conflicts are a fundamental part of this journey. Every fight you face is leading you to a place of greater understanding and faith. You are chosen, and what is happening now is not by chance. God is using your conflicts to sharpen your faith and increase your trust in Him. Every time you feel broken, know that it is in that moment that He is restoring what was lost. Healing comes through the struggle, and you are being shaped for something grand. The real question now is, what will you do with the conflicts in your life? Will you let them consume you, or will you embrace the opportunity for growth they offer? The next step is not about avoiding suffering, but using each challenge as a springboard for your purpose. Are you ready to understand what these conflicts are trying to teach you? They are opening doors, and you can hardly imagine what is to come. You've been searching for answers everywhere, but what you may not realize is that the answers are not where you've been looking. You search in the words of others, in external circumstances, but everything you need is already inside of you. What you still can't see is that the truth that sets you free is much closer than you think. It is in your heart, in your actions, in your choices. It's in the way you respond to chaos and silence. Every moment of doubt you experience is an opportunity to look more deeply within yourself and understand that the solution has always been in your soul. You don't need more clues or signs than what is already clear. You were chosen for a divine mission, and the answer does not depend on what others say or what seems logical. It lies in what you feel in your spirit, in the peace that arises when you finally stop searching for answers outside of yourself and begin trusting in divine direction. You have been challenged to listen to more than just words and instructions. The answers for your life are not in books or spiritual guides, but in how you connect with the wisdom that God placed in your heart. The more you search outside, the further away you get from what is already in you. The spiritual path is not about finding something new, but about rediscovering what has always been there, waiting to be recognized. God has been speaking to you in many ways, but perhaps you've gotten lost in the search for ready-made answers, for external answers. He's calling you to a deeper connection, to a personal and direct encounter with Him. The answers you so desire will reveal themselves when you stop searching where there is nothing and start trusting in yourself, in your divine essence. What you seek is not lost. It is waiting for the moment when you are ready to see it. The next step in your journey is to understand that there is nothing more to be found outside of yourself. The answer you've been searching for is within, and you need to allow yourself to listen to it. Are you ready to stop searching everywhere and finally look within? Because the truth is there waiting to be discovered, and what you need to do now is accept that revelation. Now that you've understood that the answers are within you and that the truth you seek is within reach, the great challenge is to accept the choice that God has already prepared for you. You have been chosen, but the final decision is yours. The destiny He has planned for you is already mapped out, but you need to take the necessary step to walk in that direction. What will you do with what has been revealed so far? Will you keep resisting, or will you finally surrender to the path that awaits you? God is not waiting for you to become perfect to follow, but for you to have the courage to accept the journey. He knows your doubts, He knows your insecurities, but still He calls you. The path will not be easy, but it is the only one that will lead you to live the greatness He destined for you. The choice to move forward is yours, and it is this that defines your future. The answer you seek is directly linked to your willingness to accept this call with faith. You may feel fear when taking this step, but remember, fear is not a sign that you are on the wrong path, but that you are about to break barriers and move forward to something greater. Your destiny has been prepared to take you to the next level, and God, who has already chosen you, is waiting for you to take that step. What will you do? Will you stay where you are, or will you trust in God and in the process He started in your life? The choice is not between an easy or difficult path, but between following the divine voice or staying in the safety of what is familiar but limited. What God has for you is much greater than any temporary comfort. True peace and fulfillment will only come when you make the decision to walk the road He has prepared. And this decision, the simple act of accepting, is what will make the difference in your spiritual journey. Now, you need to reflect. Are you ready to accept the call? The destiny has already been set, but it depends on you to move forward. The journey is just beginning, and the next step is crucial for the future God has prepared. Are you willing to walk this road, even without knowing exactly where it will take you? Because the great revelation is closer than you think. You have come this far, faced fears, doubts, and conflicts, and now you are at the crucial moment, the great revelation. What you have lived until now was only the preparation for what is to come. The path you have walked, even though it seemed senseless at times, now begins to make sense. What God has prepared for you is something that will change your life forever. But before receiving it, you need to ask yourself, are you truly ready for this revelation? This revelation will not be something simple to understand, but it will bring immense clarity about your purpose. You will see things from a new perspective, understanding what once seemed incomprehensible. Don't be mistaken, the revelation you will receive will require courage, for it will not only bring wisdom, but also responsibility. You will be taken to a higher level where your choices will have an even greater impact. But everything you need to live, this new chapter is already inside you, waiting to be awakened. What you have learned so far, the difficulties you have faced, and the choices you've made are part of this great revelation. Nothing has been in vain. Everything you have lived has prepared you for this moment. God is aligning all the pieces, and you are about to discover the greater purpose He has for your life. This moment will not only be a revelation of information, but a complete transformation of your vision of yourself and the world around you. The question now is, are you ready to face this revelation without hesitation? Fear may arise again, trying to stop you, but you have in your hands the strength needed to move forward. The answer to everything you've been seeking is about to be revealed, and you will be called to take a step beyond. This is the moment. To trust completely, for what is about to happen will empower you in ways you can't even imagine. The transformation is underway, and the revelation is about to be delivered. Are you prepared for this deep and meaningful change? What you will see soon will be so powerful, so transformative, that nothing will be the same as before. The answer you have always sought is here, but what will you do with it? The next phase of your journey starts now, and it is closer than you can perceive. You have made it this far, crossed every curve, faced the fears, the challenges, and now, finally, you are standing before the final question. Are you ready to accept your true calling? Everything you have lived, everything you have overcome, was divine preparation for this crucial moment. It is no longer about understanding the path, but about taking the step that leads you to it. The decision is in your hands now. What will you do with the truth that has been revealed up until now? Your calling was never about a grand external revelation, but about the internal transformation you have experienced through each step. Every moment of doubt, every struggle, was an invitation for you to align with the divine purpose in your life. Now, more than ever, it's time to act. Don't let fear or doubt paralyze you again. The moment to make the decision is now, and your response will define the course of the rest of your journey. You may feel a sense of uncertainty, but this is not a sign that you are heading in the wrong direction. It means that you are about to enter a new level of understanding and fulfillment. Fear never completely disappears, but it loses its power when you choose to walk in the direction of your purpose. God has chosen you, but the acceptance of your calling depends on you. There is no more time to wait or hesitate. The path is already before you, and it's time to move forward. The choice you need to make is not just about what you want for your future, but about what God has already prepared for you. You have already been equipped to live this calling, but you need to have the courage to align with Him and move forward. The purpose He has for you is not small. It is something grand. But you must accept this path with faith, even without knowing where it will lead you. What God has for you is greater than you can imagine. Now you have a choice to make. Stay where you are, with all the doubts and fears, or take the step of faith that will lead you to the life God has reserved for you. The calling is before you, and the decision is yours. This is the last step you need to take to fully live the divine purpose. What will you decide? The future is already prepared, but only you can make the decision to step into it. You have walked this journey, faced your fears, accepted the revelations, and now you are ready to take the final step. The path is before you, and the only thing missing is your decision. God has chosen you, but the responsibility of following this calling is yours. What will you do with everything you've learned, with everything you've discovered up until now? Transformation is at your door, but it depends on you crossing this threshold with courage, faith, and trust. This is not the end, but the beginning of something much bigger. What you are about to live will impact not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you. What you choose to do with what you have learned here will determine how much you align with the divine plan. So, I ask you, are you ready to embrace the purpose that God has for you with all the strength and dedication that He expects from a chosen one? The future is already in motion, but the key to access it is in your hands. You have the power to change your life now. Do not let doubts and fear paralyze you. The calling is at your door, and it's time for you to open it. Everything you need is inside of you, waiting to be used. The moment is now. Decide with all your strength and faith to move toward what God has prepared for you. This is your moment of transformation, the moment to take the step that will lead you to the future God has already designed. Don't look back. Don't hesitate, for the life you dreamed of is ahead of you. You have been chosen to live something extraordinary. Now, all that remains is to move forward and live with courage the calling that God has given you. May you always remember, you have never been alone on this journey. God is with you, and He has already prepared the best for your life. Now share this journey in the comments. Activate the notification bell so you don't miss any step of this divine transformation, and stay firm on the path that God has destined for you. The future is waiting, and you are more prepared than you ever imagined. May God bless you and guide you always.